In the last video, we discussed how to style your charts through the chart settings, as well as going through the time frames and setting up different time frames and saving them to your favorites. One of the things I wanted to touch on with styling before we move on is you can actually save them. So in the last video, we ended up turning the green candlesticks solid green. If we want to save this style so that next time we open the Thinkorswim platform, or if we make any changes and we want to go back to the current style, we can go up to Style, Save Style, and type in a new name. I'll just call this Style 3. So now, if we make any changes to the styling and we don't like them, we can go back pretty easily. So let's go ahead and show you a quick example. I'll go in here and I'll unfill both of these, hit apply, boom, here we go. So say we make some changes, we don't like it, and we made some other ones, we're not quite sure what we changed. We can always go back to a point in time where it was styled the way we liked it. So just hit style and go load in that style that we saved. If you want to delete a style, it's just as easy. We can come into style, delete, and delete whatever style that we have saved. So we'll go ahead and delete the one we just created and hit yes. Now if we go back to style, load, you can see style 3 is gone. Alright, we have a bunch of information we want to cover in this video, and some of it's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier. So the next thing we're going to discuss is how to create watch lists and how to tie them into your charts, linking them together. This is typically used when we're sifting through a lot of charts in the morning trying to find our setups or stocks to play. It just makes life really easy. So over here on the left-hand side where you have the collapsible menu, go ahead and open it. Up top you can see account information. This is always up here. This shows you your option and forex buying power, your net liquidity, and your cash. That's in your account. If you want to add gadgets or widgets to this menu, you can come down here to this plus button and select what you want to add. For the purpose of this video, we're just going to add in a watch list. Now once you have a watch list added to the collapsible menu, there's many things we can do with this watch list. So up here, we have personal watch lists that we can create, as well as public watch lists. These public watch lists are what Thinkorswim puts together, and it gives you some pretty good information. So if you wanted to search top 10, for instance, top 10% gainers in the New York Stock Exchange, you can come in here, click this, and here you go. Here's a list. I would take some time and go through each one of these menus in your free time and just get an idea of the preset watch lists that Thinkorswim offers, because some of them are pretty powerful. Now if you want to create your own watch list, you can go ahead and hit create watch list. When you do this, you'll need to name it. We'll name it my watch list. If you want to add symbols to the watch list, you can come down here and just type them in. So we'll go SPY, and we'll add, let's see, Tesla, and why don't we add another index? We'll go ahead and add the QQQ. So I'm just typing them in, clicking enter, and they populate. Once we do that, we can go ahead and hit save. And now you can see my watch list is populated over here. If I wanted to add another watch list, I could go ahead and do the same thing, hit create watch list. If I want to switch in between my personal watch list that I've created, right here you can see the watch list that I just created. So with my personal trading, I have a watch list that covers all of the sectors. I have a daily watch list, as well as many other watch lists that we'll cover in other videos. If you wanted to have more than one watch list on your screen at one time, you can go ahead and hit this plus button again and add a second watch list. The second watch list, you can choose whatever you would like. So we'll go ahead and add in the top 10% gainers for the New York Stock Exchange, and there we go. They can be resized, they can be expanded and collapsed, and you can actually detach the windows and bring them onto a whole nother screen if you would like to. So you can see detach, detach. Another thing I want to show you that's quite powerful is linking your watch list to your charts. So on this chart right here called My Watch List, it's not linked to anything. And we can tell because this link symbol right here is blank, it's not colored. You can see we have 9 different links that we can create, which are different colors. Down here you can see this watch list has a red link. Now, what this does is over here in my chart tab, you can see the same thing. Here are the links and here are the colors. Since this chart is red and this watch list is red, I can click on any of these symbols and it'll automatically populate the chart for me. So if I click on GLP, it automatically populates GLP on the charts. What this does is it makes it very easy for you in the mornings. A lot of times we're sifting through a lot of charts to try and find the setups that we like, and by linking your charts and just clicking through them, it saves a lot of time by not having to type in every single ticker symbol. Another neat thing about the Thinkorswim platform is we can load in multiple charts. So up here, we can create a grid system by hovering over however many grids you want and clicking enter. For this, I'll just go ahead and select 2. So you can see it opened up a whole nother separate window over here. I can go ahead and link this to yellow, so it's separate than the red. Link this second watch list as yellow. Now if I click on any of these, it'll populate on the yellow chart and not affect the red chart. This gives you a lot of flexibility, especially when you start getting into multi-screen setups. Now since we added in another grid, you notice that my volume is down here, not overlapped on the chart. That's something that I have set up in my chart settings. At the beginning of this video, we talked about saving styles, and this is a perfect example of why we save them. Rather than me having to go into my settings and readjust them so that this chart over here matches this chart over here, I can just go ahead and come up into my settings button, hit load, and choose whichever style I want. Previously we had style 3, I deleted it. Let's go ahead and hit style 2, and if you look, style 2 is also set up to overlap the volume on top of the candlestick chart. When you start getting into multi-screen setups and layering many charts on one screen, saving your styles will save you a lot of time and energy. The last thing I want to show you before we wrap up this video is if we come in here and let's just go ahead and add 4 charts. All of these charts you can move around and scale. So we'll go ahead and collapse the menu, and you can see I can go ahead and make the top charts bigger, bottom charts bigger, and each one left and right. I can also adjust those sizes to meet my needs. Again, thank you for joining us on this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.